It's a growing institution. I want to give it that caveat before I go into the details, because a lot of people might just write and say, I haven't heard of this institution.
It exists. So the law is there, yes.
The law is there and the entity exists.
The entity exists.
The entity exists, the National Legal Aid Service. It is currently housed under the Office of the Attorney General. However, because of how it's structured in the Act, it is meant to be an independent entity. So maybe with time, it will become an independent entity, but as of now, it is under the Office of the AG. It is supposed to serve all Kenyans.
A conflict there, right?
It's not really a conflict because the AG wears the hat of the justice actor. It is the Department of Justice.
Yep. Agreed, but it is the state. So if it's a state-controlled budget, it's a... Okay, but we'll get to that later, yes. You have highlighted some of the challenges of a state-controlled budget. Okay. So it's supposed to be independent, but it's growing to that. It will get there eventually, and we will see. So the ideal functioning of the National Legal Aid Service is that if a person is arrested and they say they don't have access to an advocate who they can pay through their own means, they call the National Legal Aid Service, they come to the police station or wherever you are, and then now they begin representing you from there. That's the ideal situation. However, right now they don't have the full capacity to do that. So how do they work? They work through the Law Society of Kenya, institutions such as ICJ Kenya, Legal Resources Foundation, Federation of Women Lawyers, and a host of others who actually do and offer legal aid as part of their mandate. They have also gone a step further and actually made sure that they support the initiatives of all these other NGO actors towards the creation of paralegals. You find that in the community, and particularly in the mashinani, in the grassroots, people don't often go to advocates. They actually go to a few people who understand the law. They'll say that huyo mtu ni mwanasheria anaelewa kila anafanya. Huyo ni wakili, but if you actually look through, they're not an advocate of the High Court, but they have the knowledge of the laws of Kenya. So they train these paralegals, they check on what they're doing. If there's need for a referral of their matters into the mainstream system, they do so. So as at now, you could say that there is a framework for legal aid for everyone. It hasn't yet realized its fullest potential. I think that is something we can hold it to account after a few years, maybe at 2026, 10 years down after the Legal Aid Act. Where are you in terms of realizing legal aid for all? And I say that because if you looked at the 2017 audit of the National Council on Administration of Justice, it stated that 7% of the persons within the criminal justice system are there for petty offenses. And unfortunately, most of the persons in custodial sentences, particularly in remand and detention facilities, are actually there for petty offenses and minor offenses. So indeed, there is a cause and effect in the fact that people do not have access to advocates when they are arrested and charged, and as such, they end up entering the mainstream system because of lack of legal representation. So it's actually become a real challenge. However, they have the mandate over all criminal matters.